You've heard don't sweat the small stuff. But what they didn't tell you is that those small things, when they're collected, can turn into a huge thing that would either make or break your relationship. So if you've been struggling with small little spats or nitpicky things in your relationship, this video is for you. I'd like to say welcome back, guys. I know that I took a little 2-week hiatus, and as you can see, I'm not in my studio, but I decided to do something a little different, give you a little change of scenery. Today's video is really dear to my heart because I've seen a lot of people in their relationships fail because they don't know how to stand the test of time. Sometimes the easiest thing to do is to bail out of a relationship. It's easy because when you don't put forth an effort, when you don't do anything, you don't have to run the risk of being hurt. You don't have to run the risk of being let down. You don't have to run the risk of being betrayed, or you don't have to run the risk of having to love someone and it not be reciprocated. You know, I've seen people mentally check out of relationships because it's easy for them. They don't want to put that effort into their love life because they don't want the negatives that come with it. So not doing anything is really a way of gaining your control back. I've seen, typically there are two things that happen when stress arises. Either people try to get so much control of a situation that they drive themselves crazy, or they bail out, they take their hands off the steering wheel, and they don't want anything to do with it. Either two of those extremes are not healthy. What I want to tell you all today is it's important for you to go through the struggle. It's important for you to struggle in your relationship. Why? Because when the next hurdle comes, and it will come in your love life, you'll have the endurance and the strength to get past that hurdle because you already got past the previous one. I can't tell you the amount of times that I've seen people not wanting to go past that initial pushback in the relationship, so they never go further, they never go deeper in love. But if you're with someone who you've given your time to, who you say that you love them, who you want to see be your mate for the rest of your life, or maybe you're in a marriage right now, do not allow the little nitpicky things or the arguments or the little spats that you have to overcome you, to overwhelm you, so much so that you give up on your relationship, that you give up on the partner, the one who you said you're in love with. A love leader is who I am by career. But for about 15 or 16 years now, I've been a preacher. And in this season of my life, I've really been relaying this message to encourage people to be eagles and not to be chickens. You see, it's so easy to be a chicken. Because if you're a chicken, that means that you're base, that you're on the ground, and that you don't have to look up. All you have to do is keep looking down, and you don't have to fly. And I understand why you'd want to be a chicken, because to be an eagle, although those may be grand birds, they're out in the air pushing past the current. I mean, waving so much so that for some people, I'm sure, for you to be an eagle, it would be difficult for you, or you find it to be challenging because you don't want to get that pushback. But in the pushback is where you gain your strength. I mean, just think about it. The eagle, its wingspan, it's so massive because for a long time, it's just been pushing against the current, pushing against the current. And the more that it pushes, it increases its strength to be able to withstand the pushback. Guys, all you have to do is withstand the pushback. All you have to do is put forth that effort and to keep on chugging. Because the more that you do that, you're going to endure, you're going to gain more strength and gain more power. It's like going into the gym. You know, repetition is the mother of all skill. And if you repeatedly work that muscle, sooner or later it's going to get bigger, it will get stronger. That's the same way that it is for your love muscles, for your heart. If you keep on using your heart, keep on using that love, keep on persisting in your relationship, then you are going to succeed. You are going to win. And I know that it may not seem like you're going to win. I know you probably can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, but believe me, it's there. You know, there's this process that I was taught years ago. It's like these 3 phases that people go through. It's called storming, norming, and performing. And the storming phase is where you typically, everything is just bad. It's like a storm. It's messy, it's rage, it's just a whole lot of things coming from every area, a whole lot of trials and tribulations that you may experience. But after the storming process, you start to normalize, which is the norming process. Things start to calm down a bit. You start to get like an even flow with your partner. And then finally, this is the level that everyone wants to get to, performing. Once you get past the storming and then the norming, then you're able to perform. You're able to perform at the maximum level that you and your partner always wanted to be in. You know how when you first get married, if you're married, when you first get married, you know, every big argument is a huge argument because you're not used to arguing that much with your partner. And so then you start to think, oh my God, maybe I made the wrong decision. Perhaps I should not be with this person. We need to get a divorce. That's when you start threatening, I'm going to get a divorce if you don't X, Y, Z. Then maybe we shouldn't be together. Maybe we shouldn't have did this. This is the worst mistake of my life. You know, sooner or later, those threats of divorce just turn into little spats because you'll realize something. Once you and your partner get past that storming process and you start to normalize and you start to perform, you'll see that you gain confidence and you gain the security in knowing that no matter what we go through, babe, it's going to be you and me. No matter what we go through, we are still going to be for one another. It's like Bonnie and Clyde. It's me and you against the world. No matter what life brings us, we've stood the test of time. And we will stand the test of time because we've done it over and over and over again. So the things that used to be really big to you, they start to become very small. You know, you look at the things that used to drive you crazy, like if your partner pushes the middle of the tube to get the toothpaste versus pushing from the end. Or perhaps they don't put the toilet paper on the right way that you want them to. Or maybe they leave the toilet seat up. Or maybe they don't wash dishes. Or perhaps they leave their socks under the bed. Whatever drives you crazy, whatever it is, you'll see that it's not that huge of a deal. That and in the big scheme of things, your love is going to trump anything because you two have an understanding of one another. You understand that through it all, we're always going to make it out okay because we've done it before. But give yourself that chance to experience that. Don't bail out of your relationship too quick because you'll never know the promises, the beauty, the pleasure that comes in the end of it. As always, guys, thank you for watching this video. I'm Sharif Ali, the second Mr. Aim for I Am, and I help couples find creative ways to love one another. And if you haven't already, make sure that you hit that subscribe button so that you will be notified of these weekly videos that come, and so we can be a part of a virtual family. And if no one has told you, allow me to be the first. I see the supreme lover in you. Blessings.